The hype around hydrogen is off the charts, but there are many critics who think it will have only limited applications in a clean energy economy. This is a story about testing hydrogen in the real world, including bitterly cold Alberta winters. 2 semi-trucks fitted with hydrogen-fueled drivetrains will haul freight between Calgary and Edmonton. The 2-year trial will evaluate their performance under different payloads and weather conditions. The Alberta Motor Transport Association is managing the project.
The AMTA is proctoring close to 80 short-term lease agreements between our carrier members and the manufacturers, so they could try out this new technology. AMTA isn't picking favorites about which technology is going to win. We want them all to succeed. We want them all to win. We want to make this transition away from diesel, lower our emissions, and get into alternative fuels.
I would say there's a couple decades ahead of us to get up and running, but I think we will chase it as quickly as possible. We are big on our environmental footprint, and we would like to definitely contribute to greening up the world.
The key thing with hydrogen, why it's important for heavy-duty transport, is trucks go a long ways for their customers. Hydrogen is a big advantage for them. It resembles the current kind of fuels in that it can provide access to up to 500 miles for our trucks, and in 2 or 3 years that might go up to 1,000 miles. So when I sat in the Nikola truck for the first time about a year and a half ago, I was blown away. Right? It just resembled nothing like I thought what a truck would feel like. No sound, massive amount of torque, turning radius. So our truck drivers love it.
The 2 biggest differences between this truck and a regular diesel internal combustion would be the noise, obviously, and the torque. The torque is, it's actually, the horsepower is unbelievable. It's like 600 horse from the bottom end. And it's instantaneous, so as soon as I put my foot on the throttle, it's gone. Like it just goes. As
we think through 3 or 4 years from now, I think the cost will continue to come down. I think you're going to see things like autonomous driving come into play. I think you're seeing a higher range, longer range, and I think you're going to see actually more major OEMs get into the space.
The manufacture of these trucks, the hydrogen fuel cell trucks, are only being made in the 5 to 10 at a time right now because it's very early technology and they're working out all the bugs, but they're also trying to demonstrate that they can produce a vehicle that actually fits for the market needs of the customers. Compared to that to our diesel vehicles, where we're selling in Canada something like 35,000 heavy-duty trucks per year are being sold in Canada today.
AMTA is also the project lead in building the first hydrogen truck fueling station in Alberta. Working with Suncor over the next couple of weeks, we'll be commissioning the first truck fueling in Sherwood Park. Our Calgary refueling station will be completed in the summertime, so we'll be able to transfer this demo down to Calgary and back.
One great example is the mobile fueler that Nikola has developed. So that's not a station that you've got to wait 2 or 3 years for. That's technology we've introduced right now. And that mobile fueler can go to a customer's depot, to a parking lot, to anywhere. So that, again, is a concept of saying that's technology that's available now to fuel our customers' trucks.
I think that's the only way we're going to see the transition to this sector, because we do need public funds that invested in helping to the carriers that are going to be buying or leasing these vehicles to separate the cost that they would normally pay for a vehicle to the incremental cost of building and learning how to maintain these vehicles. Also, there's going to be some additional costs in the fuel supply until we can build fueling stations that are of a significant size, that they become cost-effective in their own right.
There are plenty of technical, economic and regulatory hurdles to overcome, but 2 years from now, when the Alberta pilot project ends, Western Canada's commercial carriers should have a much better idea whether hydrogen for long-haul trucking works or doesn't work.